So, hello and welcome to I don't care. Welcome to Red String of Fate. Let's continue from where we left off last time. Last time we told Aaron a bunch of stuff, and we also told him we can see the red strings, and we also gave away Luke, and we said that Luke can see it too, and so he's like, what the fuck, man? You gave me away, not cool. So let's continue now. From Luke. Look at that hair, dude. I still can't. This is a fucking voice. I don't know. I still can't believe it told them. Honestly, I can't believe it either. But I did, and it's probably too late for regrets. Are you mad at me? Annoyed? Disappointed? I was, at first. But I guess I'm not the only one with this secret. It was your choice if you wanted to tell him about your ability. I sighed, tucking my head, unable to meet Luke's eyes. I didn't need to bring you into it, though. I'm sorry for exposing your secret. Luke exhales loudly as he rubs the back of his neck, looking away from me. Yeah, well, I can see why you did that. You probably would have been carted off to the nearest mental hospital if it weren't for me. Pretty hard for anyone to believe that a person isn't mad when she's the only one who claims to see something that isn't supposed to exist. I probably would have thrown you to the wolves too if I were the one who wanted to tell my future partner about my biggest, strangest secret. Future? I choke out the offending words that Luke just said, shooting him a glare that will make a lesser man drop dead out of fright. Luke merely grins, raising his hands in mock defeat. Alright, best friend then. I opened my mouth to berate him for his terrible joke, but I sigh instead. I guess it's a good thing that you're making jokes at my expense, better than ignoring me out of the fury. Luke's lips curved upwards into a gentle smile. I'm not angry, well, your choice may not have been the one which I would have made personally, but I understand why you did what you did. It's a burden, what you and I can see. I lowered my head, hiding my surprise at Luke's sudden willingness to talk about red strings of fate openly with me. Maybe I'm not the only one who's grown tired of this secrecy. I let out a long sigh, drawing hers one after another on the table with a finger. I don't know why I even did that. It just came out. It felt right. At first I was just going to be kidding. Just kidding. It came up. I think I almost felt bad for lying to him, but they trusted me so much, so I was just going to say the truth before quickly playing it off as a joke. I don't know what happened. Maybe I shouldn't have told them. How did the conversation with Aaron go anyway? From the way you called me half panicking at like 2 in the morning yesterday, I'm guessing he called you about it really late. Yes, he did. We talked for a while. Oh, about what? The red strings, of course. Soulmates, love, or past memories. I feel a pang of envy despite me as word out and so little to say to me, and the conversation tapered off near immediately after my confession. How could Aaron have talked to Luke about red strings for such a long time? Holy shit! Aaron is gay. God damn it. Anyway, moving on. I grit my teeth, realizing how foolish and unwarranted my train of thought is. What is up with me these days? I suppose stress and shock really do bring two people close together. It's weird, but I feel a little closer to Aaron now. How strange. I lick my lips and gaze from side to side, fumbling in my head for anything to say to change the subject. I hate to say this, but I'm almost glad you told Aaron. I'm definitely glad that of all people you choose Aaron, of course, but also... When's he getting here anyway? You said Aaron decided it would be best for all three of us to discuss the red strings together, so shouldn't he be here right now? I guess we're just here too early. Well... And he just slides in, BAM! Aaron suddenly rushes in, panting. I'm not sure if his interruption comes as a relief for me or only to cause us further anxiety, and the background music changes dramatically. Cool. A little bit of both, maybe. Wow, you guys are already here? Sorry I couldn't make it any earlier. The professor released us late and didn't want to offend him by leaving early. Also, I kind of low-key liked the subject. Seeing perhaps the expression on our faces, he spurred us to a stop. Sorry. Don't be, you're a minute early. Aaron exhales audibly and nods before letting his expression sink. Oh, good. So, restaurants and stuff, huh? He glances briefly at his pinky finger and my heart almost stops. Has Luke told him that? Wait, what? I apologize about his... Oh, don't worry about it. What? You don't need to tell me who my soulmate is. Luke didn't tell him about his broken string. Why not? If they talked for a while, I'm sure the topic of Aaron's soulmate would have come up at some point, right? As if reading my mind, Luke chimes in. He didn't want to know from the get-go. Yeah, that's right. Of course I'm curious about soulmates and stuff, but like, whoever they are, wherever they are, doesn't matter to me. Whether they are right by my side, on the other side of the continent, or buried 50 deep underground, I don't care. I told Luke that when he asked me if I wanted to know about my string. Oh. He grins at me almost sheepishly and scratches his chin nervously. I told you myself, didn't I? Back when I thought I was talking about something completely abstract and theoretical stuff. It'd be hypocritical to go back on those words now that I know the strings are real. He knows the strings are real? So Luke has succeeded in convincing him, huh? Above all, I love the idea of fostering my own fate. Sorry? I have something I want to pursue. There's no way we're getting tied together by a string, but that doesn't matter to me. I'd like to try my best anyway. And I need to add, Valerie, I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry I didn't believe you when you brought it up, and I don't remember much, since I was in full-on panic mode, but I probably reacted very badly. You didn't, don't worry about it. Of course, I secretly wish he had believed me immediately, even without having to ask Luke to support my claims. As irrational the desire probably is, I would certainly have preferred it. Yes. Or at least for him to not have shown as much outright disbelief as he did. But that's not what happened, and I should be grateful if he believes me at all. Anyone would have thought I was kidding or delusional or high. I shrugged. You should be impressed it took me seriously at all. Still, I want to make it up to you. Do you happen to have any other spectacular, impossible-to-believe secrets? I promise I'll accept them and believe you utterly and completely without so much as a blink first. I chuckled to myself. No, nothing of the sort. Barring red strings, I'm your average everyday girl. That's kind of a hard thing to just bar. But alright. Really though, from now on, I want to be someone you can rely on wholeheartedly. Someone you can expect to be on your side and trust no matter what the circumstances. Someone who you can lean on in the times of distress. Alright. Do you actually believe in the far-fetched story about red strings now, though? I do. At least I think I do. That's good enough for a start, right? At the very least, I believed you more than I did for the moment you told me. I needed time and then some to process things and think through what you told me. Maybe I shouldn't, and God knows why, but I really do trust you. Granted, I must admit there's a small part of me that still whispers that you guys are playing some weird trick on me. A game of how gullible is Aaron? We're not, I promise. Luke touches Aaron's shoulder gently before moving away. Luke touches Aaron's shoulder gently before immediately moving away. Don't worry, I believe you. Anyway, if you are, well, there's no harm being done. Yeah, you guys pulled a trick on me and succeeded. Yeah, you guys get a quick laugh and get a moment of embarrassment. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter to me that much. I'd rather trust you guys and be teased for it if I'm wrong than, well, refuse to believe your words and when both of you guys seem so very invested. Honest. I guess I'm worse than those elementary schoolers who actually look up at the ceiling to see if the word gullible is written on it. Which, by the way, I never did. I can't refrain from teasing him despite the still heavy atmosphere. Somehow I doubt that. Hey, no, I swear it. I swear it on my entire collection of games. Damn, he's serious. You gotta take him seriously if he swears on his games and shit. You can only swear it because Luke and I have no way of proving you wrong regardless of the truth. What? No. I can practically see the gears turning in his head as he tries to think up a new way to steer the conversation. Anyway, I need to send a million thanks and blessings to Luke. I felt self-conscious and nervous after approaching you after what happened before, but thankfully, Luke was there to forcefully shove me into doing the right thing. It was more like a gentle push. As you wish, a gentle push then. I really am grateful though. You're important to me, Val, and I'd have hated if my doubts and anxieties drove us apart. I didn't convince you to do anything you wouldn't have done anyway in the end. I just hurried you along by a few days. Still, you easily deserve the trophy for best moral support of the century. It's what friends do or something. And trophy for best friend of the century too. Well, hey, what about me? I thought you said I'm your bestest best friend. You said that word for word. Oh yes, but you're also a little more than... Oh! Perhaps I shouldn't have said that, even as a joke. But I almost sense... damn it. But I almost feel a sense of flattery at how overt he is with his affections, despite his attempts to hide it. His transparency is pleasant. I almost feel disappointed, then surprised at myself for it, when he shakes his head and laughs and brushes off whatever he was thinking. With the mega ultra best pal friend, Val, of course. That's what he got the trophy for. What else could he? My trophy certainly sounds much less impressive. You can't join her in this, Luke. Stop. After a second of hesitation, I snorted. I think you forgot a second mega in there somewhere, though. Now you're not quite that awesome. Who was saying they wanted to be someone I could rely on wholeheartedly again? Remind me. Talk about unfair. Aaron feeds a melodramatic sigh. Okay, Val, you're my mega ultra best pal friend. Happy? I can't help but giggle at my new long title. Yes. Blank. Weirdo. I pretend not to hear his quiet mumble and continue grinning at him. Anyway, what now? What should we do now? Is there anything I can do to help you guys with the whole red strings thing? I know Luke already said there wasn't anything I could do. Well, if you think of anything, I'm here for you. Don't worry about it. As long as you know what I'm going through, as long as you believe me, that's enough. That's more than enough. Surprisingly, I'm not lying. In reality, telling Aaron has no inherent benefits. It's not like he can do anything about the strings or my soulmate. At the same time though, having someone believe in me when they've absolutely no reason to do so, and having Aaron agree to start seeing things from my perspective, despite how ridiculous it must seem, feels comforting, reassuring. I glance at Luke and he makes a slight reassuring smile before nodding at me. Perhaps he feels the same way. In fact, if you brought up the red strings constantly, I think that'd be overkill. It's one of those situations where I usually prefer silent support over active, but vain attempts at help, I think. Alright. If you need anything from me though, just say it. Yeah, thanks. Now, let's see. I dare say it's time for a group hug. Wow, there's group hugs and shit. I've been missing out, man. Wait, what? What? Come on, admit it. Both of you are in desperate need of a hug. A million hugs. The least I can do is provide as many hugs I can. I think you're just going to end up suffocating us. That's what that word means anyway. It's just an acronym. So we'll go with suffocating, you know what I'm saying? I can't pronounce this shit. Then you guys won't need to think so much about sad things anymore. It's a win-win. Aaron opens his arms wide. Come on. This sounds like it'll be really awkward. That's the entire point of a group hug. Or haven't you heard? Well, surprisingly, it's Luke who's the first one to step closer and awkwardly pat Aaron's back in the sand attempt at one of those weird bro hugs. I roll my eyes in amusement, but so happy reluctantly that I joined them. Oh, the scene changes. Holy shit, where the fuck is this? It must be Valerie's room. Looks very, girly kind of. And the ends for the millionth time in the study session, and I chuckle. Don't die on me now. Not even temporarily. Nope. Pity. Anything would do better than this. He gestures to the book in his hands and piles of papers and textbooks surrounding us. School is a special kind of hell, don't you think? For us, it's a necessary evil. Besides, I thought you were some kind of nerd who loves school. Aaron gives a low chuckle, sending me a glare without any venom. Did you just call me an academic nerd? Maybe. Admit it though, you are one, Mr. I graduated high school early. He smirks in amusement and shakes his head. Only sometimes. Right now I'm not feeling it. Seriously, from homebooks to projects to presentations, finals, prep to hackathons and interviews. When are we supposed to be able to sleep? When we're old and tired with the home and the money to play games all day long, that's when. Okay, true enough. That's a great way to think about it. Of course you'd say that. He yawns again, and it almost hurts me to see the fatigue on his face, although I know I probably look the same way. I thought college was supposed to be the best time of your life. Adults are blatant liars. They want us to suffer just like they did in their yacht. I wish better lie about how good college is. Anyway, their generation was blessed to get a diploma, get a solid job, and like when even a 4 GPA doesn't mean squat. I mean, I don't actually think GPA matters at all for us to a certain threshold. What matters is projects and internships. I roll my eyes, though I can't quite bet by my amused. Shush you, I'm whining over here. And I think GPA does matter for my major, and that's quite a bit of that. If it didn't really matter for you, you have no idea how jealous I am. Oh, I'm sorry, well, when you want to play around with Mario Kart or something to make up for it, hell yeah. Holy shit, I set it up on auto. I mean, hell yeah, Mario Kart! Yeah, even though I suck balls at it. Especially Rainbow Road. Dude, that shit is fucking tripping balls. You know what I'm talking about anyway. As a stress reliever, I mean. There's something called like tomato method or something where you're supposed to take a 5-minute break every hour or so. I need the break, I'm just gonna die in boredom and sleep deprivation if this continues. I snort. Did he mean Pomodoro method? You know you're not gonna stop in 5 minutes, right? Hell no. Have you ever heard anyone stopping in 5 minutes in Mario Kart? Holy shit, no. They rage quit amid their rage on and keep on losing, and they keep on playing and they keep on losing, and then just keep on playing. It's not like 5 minutes, dude. Once we start, we won't be able to stop for at least an hour. And after that, it's going to take me a good hour longer until I can stop you. And that's only what happened when every other time you've been distracted. It won't happen this time, after the finals 3 days away. That's what you always say. Get back to your book, and I'll get back to my papers. Aaron grumbles a little more, but we know he's not serious. Job prospects or not, he cares about his grades as much as I do. Our chatter is quickly replaced by the sound of papers and pens. Despite the silence, his presence is comforting and motivates me to keep studying. Minutes pass, then hours, and I crack my neck from side to side when I'm done studying for my 3rd class. Stifling a yawn, I glance out the window. It's nighttime already, holy shit, but it looks daytime. What the fuck, man? There's sun, there's clouds, there's a blue sky, and there's trees, and there's light reflecting from the trees and stuff. It's daytime, dude. What the fuck? Hey Aaron, it's late. Don't you need to get home before midnight? There's a beat of silence before I turn to look at him, but he won't respond. Soon as I do, I chuckle and shake my head. He's already fast asleep. And a surprise, considering how tired he's been the whole time. He gives an involuntary shiver in his sleep. And I frown in concern. It's getting pretty cold in here. The heater doesn't work properly. Damn shit, the worst. And I definitely should not be paying nearly as much as I am for the room. Well, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, you might want to watch out for the next part. And that's all. I'll see you next time. Bye.